It was after Uncle Bill's funeral. Dad said he didn't want people acting sad and somber. So he said, Andy, Matt, Eric, Danny. He said, if you can do anything, make Mom laugh that day. So that's the goal. This is Dad as I remember, so please don't correct me during my little speech. So I called this A Boy Named Bruz. He never liked his name that was given, and that's the way it was. When introduced as Frank, he'd say, call me Mr. D, or call me Bruz. Dad was a big, strong man who had a handshake like no other. He claimed his clothes only came in one size, and that was Big Mother. Sometimes the house would be crazy with kids running about like horses. Dad could make it all stop by saying, Carol, let's get one of them divorces. After listening to 100 kids' questions during the day, Dad would often tire. Soon his only answer was, sure, you can put another log on the fire. And these are in no particular order. As a kid, he said he got a hold of a six-pack, but his mom didn't know. Until she was on her way to church and saw Bruzzy written in the snow. Upon thinking about it, you hardly ever saw Mom and Dad apart. On Valentine's Day, he made Mom a meatloaf shaped like a heart. Friends could come over, but the rules they must beware. Eat all the pizza you want, but stay out of Dad's chair. Dad had many skills and was always crafty with his hands. Around Christmas, it was IBM card wreaths and nut trees with stands. Easter was always full of chocolate bunnies and little girl squeals. Dad would make brown-colored Easter eggs using nothing but onion peels. He would warn us that drugs were stupid and how they would make your life a wreck. And if he ever catches doing them, he'd tear off our head and spit down our neck. Dad would love to push Mom's buttons. Nothing wrong with that. That was just a statement.
Cousin, can you speak up?
All right. He wore bunny fur-lined gloves and the occasional scarf. Did you realize his name spelled backwards was Yiskadad Noknarf?
That's funny.
You didn't realize that, did you? When bedtime came around, Dad would start to give us dirty looks. If that didn't work, he'd threaten us with a belt that had fish hooks. Dad never read us stories before bed at night. But he did tell us riddles about Ishkabibble and Pinch Me Tight. That's the only row that gets
Kitty got drowned.
He would keep our attention with his stories, and that he knew. He once told me a terrifying tale about a golden screw. Some kids couldn't whistle, so Dad taught us what to do. If you see someone in their underwear, just yell, "Wick woo!"
Did he?
Kids late for church, you would hear Dad holler, "Let's get going, nickel holding up $1." I had to Google that years ago. What the hell does that mean? Dad was stronger than all of us boys. It was something we would have to learn. Get that bolt as tight as you can get it, and I'll give it another full turn. Was I the only one who took it? Dad was powerful, but we would seldom feel his wrath. Never admitted pain, saying it only hurts when he'd laugh. If we got hurt, rub some dirt on it and get back in the game. He wouldn't raise any wimps. We carried his Dadosky name.
Yes.
If you had a sore throat, Dad wouldn't try to console you. He'd say, "Does it burn when you take a long drink of cold Pepsi Cola?"
I totally get it.
He would have operations on his joints when he felt his mobility start to lag. Dad would never leave for the hospital without Nurse Magnet in his bag. That was his cologne. Okay. Dad had his funny catchphrases such as, "It's always something." Better yet, "I teach you everything I know."
It's still don't know nothing.
To Kings Island with him bellowing, "Eat 'em up, Big Blue." Could we get Dad and his brothers to ride the Dutch shoe? New boyfriends and girlfriends, Dad would always give them a scare. He would ask them all the same question.
Do you have holes in your underwear?
Then how do you get your legs through?
Oh my God. Did he ask you that? You're initiated that way.
He would always have the TV so loud because he couldn't hear. Dad, maybe if you would stop sticking that spoon in your ear.
Was that how he put it out his ears?
After a breakfast of Danish and coffee over the sink, you could bet Dad was headed upstairs, off to do his morning toilet. Entertained every grandkid with his funny limericks and song until he got hungry. Then it was, "What's for dinner and how long?" We will never forget his humor and the way he sings. God's little altar boy is on his way to get his wings. So St. Peter, open up those gates and turn on the bright light. Here comes our dad, 252 pounds of romping, stomping dynamite.
Yes.